Hey y'all, welcome to Dr. OT Travel. My name's Andrea Culliver. I am a new grad occupational therapist. I just graduated from the University of St. Augustine in August, the Austin location. I passed my boards in February, and right now I am in Lancaster, California for my first assignment, which actually is supposed to start tomorrow, so that's exciting. So pretty much just a little bit about my channel. I'm going to be filling it with like POV, point of view of like my life, traveling. That includes like my drives, my short-term stays, and my adventures. A little bit about me is that I love the outdoors and just experiencing the beauty of the world that God made and experiencing new things and places in different states. And just like seeing what the state has to offer. And I enjoy fishing, hiking, and working out. I recently just got into sewing, so I might share a little bit of that on my page. But of course, what you guys are here for is my assignments, of course. And I'll be sharing kind of what I learned along the way, what I found hard, what I found easy, my contracts, and how I found a recruiter, and the whole process behind picking locations, the interviews, the application process, and everything that I needed to apply to get a travel job. With that being said, the rest of this video is just going to be my road trip from Texas all the way to California and kind of just what that looked like. But yeah, so here we go. This is my fiance. We have the truck all packed up, headed to Lancaster, California. So this is us coming up on some smoke, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what is this? But per my fiance, it looked like a controlled fire, so I think everything was alright. So this is us coming up on the Panhandle. If you've ever been to West Texas, this is where you will run into all of the windmills, and there is windmills for miles and miles, and so many at that. After looking up a couple of things with my fiance, this is where most of our electricity comes from in some of our south cities. So this was our first stop in Sweetwater. It's my fiance's mom's birthplace. We just got a few things and got back on the road. This was us passing a cattle farm, which I thought was really interesting because it was my first time seeing a cattle farm. This is us at the tip of Texas finally. After 7 hours of driving, we were on our way into New Mexico, and it was super exciting, really interesting to see the old buildings here. And right before we got into New Mexico, we hit this train. It wasn't that long, but it was kind of bitter because it was like right across that train was New Mexico. And of course, you can see I did miss that New Mexico sign, just wrong place, wrong time. But at the end of the day, it was okay. This is a train that we were driving by. It was really cool to see a lot of trains in New Mexico. The land was not as much as I expected, but there was some beautiful parts of hills, and the clouds were just so beautiful today, and it was a really great experience just going through New Mexico. This is us coming up on Albuquerque, New Mexico. It was absolutely beautiful to see these mountains. This was our first stop for dinner at Fork and Fig. We had great food and great drinks, and then it was time for me to drive. I drove 5 hours to Flagstaff, Arizona. When we got there, the snow was piled up, and it was so amazing because we usually just don't see snow in Texas. This is my fiance, super excited about the mountains because once again, we also don't see these in Texas. Next stop was to find a coffee shop. We love going to coffee shops. We really enjoy it. So we found one nearby called Loon Canyon Coffee, and we went to go check it out. We had to park in a parking garage, but the coffee shop was right around the corner. We walked in, and it was absolutely breathtaking. I loved all the art that I was able to enjoy. I got a nice drip coffee. My fiance got a cappuccino, and we were able to sip on our coffees as we enjoyed all of the artwork from local Flagstaff, Arizona artists and more. It was absolutely enjoyable. And then we got right back on the road. This is the last bit of Arizona before we were finally able to cross over into California. This is where we are finally going over the Colorado River. going into California. Oh my gosh, this felt so great. After so many long hours of driving, we were here and we're not too far from Lancaster. We did run to a checkpoint. We didn't have to stop or didn't have to get out. We just kind of drove through, and this is where we were just hours away from Lancaster. Dr. OT Traveler. I can't wait to get more content out to y'all. If you're an OT student or if you're a new grad interested in travel therapy, definitely subscribe to my channel. I'll be uploading as many videos as I can. Thank you for watching OT Traveler.